Head over to miniaturemarket.com where they have thousands of board games at discounted prices, and you can sign up for product alerts. Hello my friends, it's the Game Boy Geek here. Usually at the end of the year, I come out with two final videos. One that's the best games of the year, and these are all sorts of different categories like card games, cooperative games, and things like that. And then I do a top 10 of the year. Well, this year I was thinking, I've reviewed over 100 games this year, and I've played close to 3 times that has come out this year, and I typically cover the ones on my channel that I'm most excited about. However, I do have about 40 unique games that I'm going to be covering over the next 12 days or so. I'm going to put out 10 final year videos coming out here shortly, one after another, of all different categories, top 5 games of all these different categories. Then I'll do a final categorized video that will have some new categories. I didn't quite have 5 to put on there, and then I'll do my top 10. So as a gift to you, since I've played this many games and I've had fun doing it, I want to bring 40 new games. So most of these lists will have no crossover, and so bringing these to you to bring attention to games that you might not have known about. Now, in addition to that, as these come out, you can always see the latest one at GameBoyGeek.com/2019. Now, if you subscribe to my channel, you'll see them as they come up, but you can always go to GameBoyGeek.com/2019, and as they get released day after day here towards the end of the year, you'll be able to see them, just popping up there as they come up. Also, for each of these videos, I've placed the links of the reviews of each of these in the description of this video below me. So after you've watched this, if you want to learn more about it, you can go directly to the review for each of these games. And with all that being said, let's get going with the top 5 party games.
Number 5.
My number 5 is a game I recently reviewed. It is a unique creative party game called Wavelength. This is co-designed by Wolfgang Warsch, who's been sort of on fire the last couple of years. In this game, it's team versus team. Each round, there's going to be a clue giver for your team, and you're trying to get your team to get the most points by giving a creative clue. There is a wheel, and you'll secretly know where on this sort of wavelength board you need to get people to put the dial in order to get a certain amount of points. And you might have cards that say hot or cold, or far or near, or something like that. And you're basically coming up creatively with a clue that will get them to move that dial to where the points are. It's like open-ended creativity. This is a very thinky party game, but when you do guess it right on the bat and get those 4 points, there's lots of high fives. You can play it cooperatively as well, which is the way I prefer to play the game, with smaller player counts, but it can play up to 12 or even more if you have big teams. But if you like creative party games, definitely want to check out Wavelength.
Number 4.
The next one is called We're Doomed. It's sort of a semi-cooperative game where the Earth's going to be extinct, or it's going to be exploded, and there's a rocket and you're trying to build it, but not all of you will get off and survive. So you are cooperatively trying to build this rocket, because the more seats you build, the more at the table are going to be able to get off and win. But people are going to be off trying to be a little bit greedy as well and trying to make sure they get on there, because you're managing influence and resources. You're going to be dumping resources into a box trying to build enough seats, but you're also going to be the one who has the most influences there. But if somebody has too much influence, well, somebody might just nuke them and get them out of the game. There's lots of different event cards that come up, which are crazy, because this game's all about making you waste time, because it's a real-time game that comes with the biggest sand time I've ever seen in the game, and it's very tense. You're trying to do everything fast, so you're fiddling around, and these events are forcing you to do things that waste time on purpose. And they're designed to do that, and it's kind of fun with that. But you're working together, each player has a special ability, and you're trying to work together to get resources and to build things, but also have the most influence. It's a tough way to balance. Very interesting social game. We're Doomed.
Number 3.
The next one is not necessarily a typical or traditional style party game, but it's silly, it's fun. It does play up to 6 players well, so I put it on this list. This is from North Star Games. It's called Dirty Pig Card Game. This comes in that little sort of zipper up case that sort of Happy Salmon comes in. This game is just silly fun. Essentially, you're just trying to be the first one to have all your pigs dirty. And you're going to be playing cards that dirty your pigs, but other players are going to be playing cards that clean your pig. You're going to be trying to put your pig in a barn because if you have dirty pigs and someone makes it rain, well, all the pigs that aren't in barns get cleaned. Well, then, so you put a barn on there where people still run in and clean them. So what do? You put a lock on the door, but then someone burns your barn down. So then you put a lightning rod on there. It's just all this fun stuff going. You're playing these different cards, trying to be the first to get all your pigs dirty. A little bit of take that, but it's just a silly, fun game that you can't not have a good time, laugh, and feel like you're at a party when you play this game, and that's why it's on this list. The Dirty Pig, the card game.
Number 2.
Now the next one is a party game that isn't perfect, but what it does really well. It's called Medium. Now in this game, you are trying to come to a conclusion with somebody saying the same thing. For example, you might have a card that says moon, and I might have a card that says hole. Moon, hole. And on the count of 3, we have to say not always a one word, but a one concept thing that brings those two words together. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Crater. Did you say crater? If you said crater, that's great. We would high five and we'd get a bunch of points. If we're wrong, we would take crater, which is what I said, and whatever word you said that didn't match me, now we got to find a word that brings those two together. And you do this for sort of 3 rounds unless you get it right. It is fascinatingly fun how when you match with somebody, just the whole table explodes. It's fun. It's also fun that sometimes you get further and further away, and sometimes you just stay really close, and just the aspect of you missing is also really fun. It's just an interesting thing. Now, I like it best with 3 or 4 players. You can play with 6, but you got to play some variants to make it so there's not a lot of downtime, which is why I said it's not perfect. So in party games, sometimes play more players on that too, but it's a very interesting concept that is still a lot of fun, even though I wish sort of the game mechanisms and the way to keep all the players engaged was a little bit better. But with that being said, it's number 2 for a reason, because it's a lot of fun, even if you just play it in the car, as you're driving down the road. This is a really fun one to check out, Medium.
Number 1.
My number 1 party game of the year is Finger Guns at High Noon from Indie Boards and Cards. This game, it's a game where you're trying to be like the last one standing. Everyone has a certain amount of health. And at one point, someone's going to count down 3, 2, 1, draw, and everyone's going to do something, whether it's point at somebody, or whether to do a lasso, or all these different movements that you can do, and each one does something different, and they all trigger in a different order. So everyone's going to do something with their hands, and everyone's going to probably giggle, and then you're going to try to figure out who did what. You damage them. Ooh, you were the only one to do a lasso. You get this cool special ability in the middle. Oh, you used the dynamite. Oh, they get hit, but so do the people next to them because it's really big. Oh, you got hit. Well, it's because you got hit with a gun. You can't use your dynamite because you had already fallen over. Stuff like that. It's a really fun game, and even though it's player kind of elimination, you're not really eliminated when you get to 0 health. You flip over, you're a ghost, and your actions change, and you can still win as a ghost, even though it's really hard to win as a ghost, but you still have that, you're still in the game. It's a quick, fun game. It plays up to 8 players, I believe, and it's one that was just a ton of fun for us. And party games are good when everyone's laughing, giggling, and having a good time. That's what this game does. Finger Guns at High Noon. Well, I hope this helped you learn about games that you didn't hear about before, or if you'd heard about them, learn a little bit more about them in depth. Now, as a reminder, all of the games that I've covered in this video, I've placed links below to my reviews of those if you want to learn more below me. Also, keep in mind that there's going to be plenty other end 2019 videos that I'm putting out of all different categories, top 10s, top 5s, and the easiest way to find all those is just to subscribe to me down below. Or you can easily just go to GameBoyGeek.com/2019. That's where all these videos will be popping up as they go live. This has been the Game Boy Geek, breaking down barriers, growing relationships through board games by helping you find the next one you'll love. Did you miss the Game Topper 2.0 Kickstarter? Have no fear. It's not too late to get in on the ultimate gaming accessory. Convert your table into a high-quality gaming table with a fully portable game topper system and take advantage of some of the best 3mm premium gaming mats in the industry. New styles, new sizes, and new accessories can be yours. Upgrade every game you play by late backing now at GameToppersLLC.com.